Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. How are you today? I hope you're fine as me or even better than me. Today we are going to learn English. Before starting the lesson, let's raise your hand and dua before studying. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni ilman warzuqni fahman. Ya Allah, give me knowledge and good understanding. Amin. Okay students, today we are going to learn writing. Okay, you know how to make a good writing? Have you learned about writing skills and writing tips? Okay, let's check it out together.
A few moments later.
The unit focuses on the core writing skills that you will need. Working through these lessons and activities will help you develop these skills.
3 weeks later, many months later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
English Writing Pearson Edexcel. This unit prepares you for the writing section of Paper 1, Reading and Writing. In this part of the exam, you need to show that you can write clear, relevant text in English on a range of subjects. Unit 2, Writing Preparation. The unit contains 3 parts, which correspond to the 3 parts of the writing section. You need to write different types of text in the different parts. Okay.
In writing part 4, you have to write a short piece of writing, such as an email in response to a given situation. And then in writing part 5, you need to write a factual piece of writing, such as a report or article based on your knowledge and interest. Whereas in writing part 6, you need to write a response to 1 or 2 short texts, including some marks gained by using reading skills and a summary for a given prose and reader.
Okay student, in writing part 4, you need to learn about register. So do you know what is register? Can you guess? Okay, register is the word, style, and grammar that used by the speakers and writers in a particular situation or in a particular part of writing.
Register. What people say depends on audience and context. An informal register is used when talking to friends and family. The tone is warm and more relaxed. The pictures of informal language normally include contractions, simpler vocabulary, slightly shorter sentences, more reference to personal experience. And then a formal register is used in formal situation or when talking to people you do not know very well. The tone is polite and less relaxed. Next, relevance and word limit. In writing part 4, you will lose mark if you do not cover all of the points in the questions. However, anything you write over 100 words will not be marked. So be careful, you must make sure that what you write is relevant to the question. Do not add extra details that are not asked for.
Go!
Focusing on the exam. Part 4, Reading and Writing is worth 10 marks. You need to write an informal email, letter, or postcard, example, to a school friend. You are given a short description of a situation which sets the context. And then you need to follow the instruction and cover all the points in the question. Next, you need to present and ask for specific information. You need to write in an appropriate format and style, and you need to write 75 until 100 words. Exam hints. Don't write a long introduction. Make sure that the introduction is relevant unless it is extremely brief. Example, how are you? And then keep the register informal for the whole response, and make sure you cover each of the 3 points in enough detail. Remember to focus on register, relevance, and closing. Watch out! Don't let your language become too informal. Avoid text speak. Skills, self-monitoring. After exam check, make sure you didn't write more or less than the word limit. Make sure you use the correct register consistently. Okay, student, please open your book, page 40, okay, activity 2. As you can see here in the whiteboard, can you see the question? What are the differences between the two sentences, which is formal and which is the informal? The A one, it's been great fun and I've loved the whole thing. And B, the experience has been delightful and I have truly enjoyed myself. Can you guess which one the formal and which one the informal? Okay, A is the informal. Yes, A is the informal and B is the formal. Okay, student, let's continue. Activity 2, number 2, sort the phrases into the correct columns. As you can see, there are 6 sentences here. The first one, I don't like him much. I need help with this. I require additional support. Why don't you try this? The man doesn't impress me. I would suggest this action. So which one do you think is the formal and which one do you think is the informal one? Okay, for number 1, I don't like him much. It is? Yes, you're right. It is informal. I don't like him much. It's informal. How about number 2? I need help with this. I need help with this. It is informal. Okay, next, number 3, I require additional support. It is formal. Okay, how about number 4? Why don't you try this? It is informal. Number 5, the man doesn't impress me. It is very clear. It's formal. And the last, I would suggest this action. It's also formal. Okay, student, let's move to activity 3. So what should you do? You have to rate the list of written greetings. Give them a number between 1 until 5. As you can see here, number 1 is very informal and number 5 very formal. So give number 1 if you think it is very informal and 5 if you think it's very formal. The first one, hi, and then B, greetings. C, to whom it may concern. D, hello, and then E, dear, And then the second one, rate the closing. A, yours sincerely. B, take care. C, yours truly. D, see you soon. And the last E, best wishes. Okay, take your time. I will wait. Okay, please answer this question.
Seconds later.
Okay, here are the answers. Okay, so the first one, hi, is very informal. And the second one, hello, also informal. And then the third one, dear. And then number 4, greetings. And the last, to whom it may concern, it's very formal. Okay, how about the closing? The first one, the very informal one, see you soon. And then take care for number 2. The third one, best wishes. And the number 4, yours truly, informal. And the very formal one, yours sincerely.
How to write a letter, formal and informal. Formal letter are generally used in professional or important situation. For example, writing to your manager, requesting or providing information, writing a complaint. In informal letter are generally used in non-professional situation. For example, writing to your relatives, writing to your friends, and writing to your co-workers. So this is a summary. In informal are generally include short sentences, while in formal you have to use full sentences. And then in informal, lack formal grammar and vocabulary, whereas in formal you have to use correct grammar and vocabulary. Contractions are generally used in informal, for example, I'd. However, for formal letters, we don't use contractions, for example, I would. And then in informal, you can use idioms or expressions. For example, on point means good, whereas in formal there is no idioms. And then in informal are generally use active voice. For example, I complete the application form. However, in formal you have to use passive voice. For example, the application form is complete. In informal, phrasal verb, you can use it. For example, look into. Whereas in formal, there is no phrasal verbs. You can use investigate or research. In informal, there is abbreviations. For example, as ASAP or as soon as possible. Whereas in formal, there is no abbreviation. You have to use a polite manner, for example, at your convenience. And then next, in informal, you can use exclamation marks, whereas in informal, no exclamation marks. And then informal, you can use imperative start with a verb, example, complete the form. Whereas in informal, no imperatives, and you have to use the polite manner. For example, you may complete the form when you have time.
Many unbearable hours later.
Okay, student, this is the summary of everything you should include in your letter. For informal and formal, we can start with greeting. For example, dear, and then followed by the name of the person, or hello, hi. Whereas informal, you can start with dear sir, or madam, or dear Mr., or Mrs., and then followed by the surname if you are aware who the person is. Okay, next, opening sentence. Informal, for example, I haven't spoken to you in ages, or thanks for the email or letter. And then, whereas in informal, you can start with I hope this letter or email finds you well, or thank you for your email or letter regarding. And then next, you can start with starting the letter or reason why you write this letter. For example, for informal, how have you been? Let me tell you about. And then I'm writing this email or letter about. And then next, for the formal, following from the opening sentence, you can start with I'm writing to complain or inform or to request information about. And then I'm writing to you regarding. And then next, providing information, you can start with, for example, great news, or unfortunately you didn't get the job, or I've attached my form. And then whereas informal, you can use a polite manner. For example, we are delighted to confirm your role at, or you will be required to bring your passport to the interview, or please find attached my application form. And then next, final remarks. You can start with hope to hear from you soon in informal, and then write back to me when you can. However, in formal, you can start with I look forward to hearing from you or meeting you. And then for the closing, you can start with all the best or speak to you soon. And then for formal, yours sincerely, dear Mr. or Mrs., or yours faithfully, dear sir or madam.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Okay, let's practice writing part 4. Okay, as you can see here, activity 4, read the postcard. Underline the phrases that are not suitable for an informal piece of writing. Okay, underline the phrases, okay, that are not suitable. Warmest greetings, Rafi. How are things? I hope you are exceptionally healthy. I'm having an exquisite time here in Italy. It's a beautiful country and the food is yummy. There are also numerous spectacular locations to visit. Have you had any thoughts about what we could do upon my return? I regret that it may be ages until we see each other again. Lots of love, Jason. What should you do? You have to underline, remember, and then rewrite the phrases you underlined to make them more informal. Okay, see postcard with unsuitably formal phrases underlined below. Okay, I have underlined first warmest greetings. It is too formal and also exceptionally healthy, and then exquisite, and also numerous spectacular locations. Had any thoughts upon my return, and I regret. Okay, the sample answers. Hi Rafi, how are things? I hope you're well. I'm having a great time here in Italy. It's a lovely country and the food is yummy. There are also lots of amazing to visit. Have you decided about what we could do when I get back? It's a shame that it may be ages until we see each other again.
Lots of love, Jason. As you can see here, I have changed some of the formal phrases, to informal. Hi, well, great, and beautiful. Actually, it's only additional. You can use beautiful or lovely, and then lots of amazing, and then decided, and then when I get back, and it's a shame. Okay, in activity 5, what should you do? Read the sample question for writing part 4. Do not answer the question. So what should you do? But note the word count limits. So you have to count the word, and the 3 points. Then read the 2 sample answers. You have decided to take up a new hobby. Write an email to your friend asking for his or her advice about which hobby you should choose. In your email, you must write why you want to start a new hobby, which 2 hobbies you have considered, question to ask for your friend's opinion. You must write between 75 and 100 words only.
1 eternity later.
Okay, this is the sample of student A. Hello Kim, I've decided to start doing a different hobby. I've grown bored with football. My team is so good that I find it hard to keep up. I thought it would be fun to try cookery instead. Although I don't have much experience, it is a very useful skill though. Everyone has to cook. I have to rely on my parents to cook for me, and that has often caused me problems. What do you think? I know you are very good at cooking, so I thought you could give me some tips. Talk soon, Leah. And here is the sample answer of student B. Hi Gabriela, it's eons since I heard from you. Do you remember we went to see that film and it was a disaster? I cannot remember seeing such a bad film in my whole life. Anyway, I have a favor to ask of you. I hope you don't mind. I'm thinking of taking up a new hobby and I'm not sure which one to choose. The reason I want to start a new hobby is that I have started to find volleyball really tough. I keep getting knee injuries and it is causing me problems. So I thought I had better give it up before I did some real damage. At the moment, I feel torn between hiking and cycling. They both appeal to me in different ways though. So it is hard to me, it is hard to make a decision between them. Which one do you advise? I know you cycle and hike as well. Have you been doing those hobbies for a long time? Have you enjoyed them both equally? Looking forward to hearing from you, Ali. Okay, your task, discuss in pairs. Imagine you are the examiners. Which response would you give the highest marks to and why? Count the number of words in Ali's email. At what point would the examiner stop marking? How could Ali start his email to make sure all 3 points are covered? And then write your own response to the writing part 4 sample question on page 41. So this is your task. You can do it at home and discuss it with your English teacher. Okay, good luck, student. Task at home. You have to write a letter. You have decided to spend your pocket money on clothes. Write an email to your friend asking for his or her advice about the item of clothing you want to buy. In your email, you must write why you want to buy clothes, and then next which items of clothes you want to buy and why. And then the third one, question to ask for advice. You must write between 75 until 100 words only, and you may see the examples on page 247 in your English Excel book. Good luck. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you.
My Lord, I believe, so I pray you guide me on your path. It's something beautiful, something beautiful, just like a dream. Every morning when I wake, it's like a miracle, like a miracle, like a miracle. When I go through the darkest of days, your mercy I want, so I pray you never let me go, never let me down. And I pray that you make better my life. I want you here right by my side. I pray you never let me go, never let me down. I never give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Let me love you Robbie, make me love you. I never give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Make me love you. Robbie, make me love you.
Okay student, I think it's the end of the lesson and I hope you learned something from the lesson. Remember to do your task at home. Okay, let's say Alhamdulillah together. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Istighfar 3 times. Astagfirullahalazim, astagfirullahalazim, astagfirullahalazim. And doa kafaratul majlis. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu alla ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Amin. I'm Teacher Nur. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.